When you're ready to create a knowledge base that will show up here in the knowledge base portal, we can start with creating a Google Sheet with your questions. So here I've got an example FAQ or knowledge base. I've got a number of questions in here. I've got a series of columns that are named appropriately, and these names are important, so make sure that you name them the same. And here we've got an ID, a unique identifier. Each question or FAQ has a title. Alternates are not mandatory, but they definitely help increase the accuracy of your response. This is a comma delimited list, and you can add as many as you like. Think of these as different ways of asking the same question, and our NLP algorithm will actually use these to respond to the user. We've got a summary, which is a brief response for the user, and not every question requires it, as you can see, but if you have a much longer web page or detailed content, you can add it here in the detail. You can see that there's some HTML mixed in here. We have a little regex that'll strip that all out, but if you want to use straight text, that's fine. We also have some category fields, tags if you want to add those, and a content URL, which is a link out to a web page. So here I'm starting with a spreadsheet. Right now, this is the easiest way to do this, but we will incorporate this into our portal shortly to make it a little simpler. So here what you're going to want to do is copy the Google Sheet URL. You're going to want to make sure that anyone with a link can view it. That allows our platform to be able to see the content. And so what I do is I go to our bot builder. I tap on the knowledge base tab. I'm going to add a data source. I'm going to give it a name of Acme template FAQs. This is a knowledge base as opposed to a GeoSearch or a Zendesk originated knowledge base. I paste in the Google Sheet URL, and I'm done. And so right now this has ingested that content. It has created some specialized links for that content. And something that we want to be cognizant of is this source ID. We're going to need this ID to point to this particular knowledge base within our bot. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to hold on to it. Now when you're in here, you also have the ability to test it by using this tester over here. So I can test phrases, which is normally what I would do, and I can say, are there ATM fees, for instance? And this will actually show me the JSON as it will be returned to me and all the fields that are returned. Okay, so it is working, it's all hooked up and ready to go. But if I actually want to see this in the knowledge base portal, so this is the new way of viewing these, you can see the Acme template FAQs. This is the one I just created. All my questions are in here now. And I can do that similar testing, but it's a little bit more user-friendly here. So I can say, are there ATM fees? And of course, now it's going to show up with the answers and show me the score for those answers as well. If I want to edit the content here, I just click the link. I can now edit the content of the summary or detail. I can add more alternates, or we call them intent qualifiers as well. If I want, I could add a follow-up question, but I'm not going to do that right now. And if I want to add a new question to my knowledge base, I can just tap Add New, and I'll get all the, a detail screen for that. So pretty simple. Now that I've created my knowledge base, I can go to my bot in the bot builder. My bot is the Acme template. And we keep the source ID for the knowledge base in this init screen, or this init script here, which is going to be fired every time the bot is initiated or someone says hi. Okay? And you can see that there's some comments here. Set the FAQ knowledge base source. And so we do this just to keep some of these variables centralized. It just makes it easier so you don't have to go scrambling looking for where these things are set. So I'm going to save that. And now that that's saved, I'm going to test it. And I'm going to say, I'm going to reset. I'm going to say hi, and this is going to refresh all the variables. And I'll say, are there any ATM fees? And that's showing me that it's connected now to my data source. So that's a very simple way of connecting. Now that you've connected via that Google Sheet, you no longer need it. You can do all of your editing and updates in the KB portal. So that way you no longer have to go back to that spreadsheet.